All right, so now we're talking about the Pokemon Direct, right?
Yes.
So we all watched it, but just give us a brief rundown quickly of what exactly was announced.
So, a day before the Direct, let's just go through a general timeline.
Yeah.
Day before the Direct, there was an announcement on social media, Twitter, Facebook, all that fun stuff. Pokemon Company is like, hey, we're doing an 8-minute Direct tomorrow. Internet lost its mind. We're like, this is it, Pokemon Stars. We're getting Pokemon games on the Switch. You know, it's happening.
Switch should happen.
And this is coming off of the hype of like Monster Hunter's coming onto the Switch, right? So it just makes sense. Like, okay, you know, gears shifting, ready.
Transitions happening.
So, on the one hand, they only gave people like a day to kind of saturate and go crazy,
Sure.
which I think it was smart. But then the Direct came, and it was mostly for Pokken.
Of course.
Which is, on the one hand, it's reaffirming my belief that every single exclusive for the Wii U is going to come to the Switch, which is fine. There were a lot of good games on the Wii U. Nobody got to play them, and that's fine. And now that the Switch is doing a lot better, bring them over, sure. It gets more games out, fills up those little dead spaces in between months, whatever.
I could
But
see Wars.
Here's the thing. People wanted a mainline Pokemon game on the Switch. Personally, I believe that's going to happen. It will happen eventually. I think the 3DS, as long as people still buy games for it, as the system's still selling, they have no reason to drop support in it. I'm not just talking about Pokemon. I'm talking about everybody. Nintendo will still support the 3DS because there's 60 million of them out there,
right.
And the Switch has only been out for about 3 months now. There will come a time, hopefully, where the Switch overtakes 3DS numbers. When that happens, I think you're going to see a lot of the popular 3DS titles moving over to the Switch. Now, I just want to start off by saying, it is not the Pokemon Company's job to sell the Switch.
It would help.
No, they have no obligation to push the Switch in any form. That is Nintendo's job. Yeah. They have to do that. It would help, absolutely. Oh yeah, if they were to announce, hey, Pokemon Gen 8 is going to be on the Switch,
nobody would buy 3DS, all Switch.
But that's the thing, you're killing a market. I don't want to. You're not killing a market, but you're loading the gun.
It's been through quite a long lifespan. I'm pretty sure they can afford it now.
And now keep in mind, look at the cycle of Pokemon games, right? Emerald came out while the DS. Emerald came out for the Game Boy Advance when the DS was already released. It took them 2 years to put a game on the DS. But it took them like 2 or 3 years after the launch of the 3DS to get a Pokemon game on the 3DS. Their goal is to get as many people to play their game, and they will put it on the biggest market at the time. Yeah. The 3DS is a huge market. They're not going to put a mainline game on the Switch. They're not going to even split the market and be like, here's a version for the Switch. There's no reason for them to do that yet. That being said, we probably will see a mainline Pokemon game on the Switch at some point. But it's not a year one thing.
If they can do it, they will try and get it off on both systems. That way they get the sales from both places.
But no, there's no reason for them to do that. They're splitting development costs for... They have to put more resources into a Switch version for a market that hasn't grown yet.
Do you think they would do this? They would build it for the Switch, then downport it for 3DS, let's say.
We know.
And then release the 3DS one first, and then wait for like a year or two, and then release the Switch one.
Well, here's the thing. The rumors for Stars came from the fact that we know that there exists incredibly highly detailed 3D models of all the Pokemon that just cannot run on the 3DS. Right. It just does not work. We know those exist. That is a thing. So it would make sense that the Switch could handle that, no problem. Mm-hmm. That's where everyone's like, okay, well, we're getting it on the Switch.
But here's my major problem with the announcements they made for Ultra Sun.
Oh, and you know, okay, since this is what we're going to be talking about, Pokémon's coming out. Port from the Wii U version, 5 new playable characters, and most of the ones that were added to the arcade version in Japan, which, you know, God forbid they updated the Wii U version, but that's fine. We're going to get them all on the Switch, which is good. That's another fighting game. It has a market. People really like that game. That's fine. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are coming out, which is the next follow-up. It's not a sequel, but it's an alternative storyline. So it doesn't take place after or before. It's just another story.
Just there.
Yeah, it's an alternate world.
Another dimension.
And then they're bringing Gold and Silver to the Virtual Console, which is great because those games are, and it's going to work with Pokemon Bank. So there you go. If you're missing anything from Gen 2, now's your chance to fill up your Pokedex. All right, go ahead.
So here's my problem with everything about the Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So you're right. Pokemon is known to announce a third game after the 2 games, mainline games. So Pearl and Sapphire come out. Wait, that was it right now? No. Crystal?
The last third game.
No,
when
Gold-
Emerald came
Gold
out.
and Silver.
No, Emerald was...
Emerald was
Oh.
after Ruby Sapphire. That was
Sorry,
Gen
Ruby
3.
Sapphire.
Yeah.
So Emerald comes out after Ruby Sapphire. That's only one game. So
Correct.
you have Emerald, Ruby Sapphire, and then a third one, which is like
A combination.
Game of the Year of both of them, combination of both of them.
I'm disappointed
Emerald.
they haven't done that now.
Pokemon hasn't put out a third version of a game since 2012.
Yeah, which I'm disappointed
But
about.
instead, well, that's not because they went. So what they went because then after that they did Black and White.
Black and
then-
White.
And then Black and White 2.
Black
one
and White
Black and
2,
White got a
two.
direct sequel, yeah.
Yeah, but that sequel actually added different things.
Oh yeah, but that's true about all third versions.
Yeah, exactly. But it was still more than it added more things than the third version did.
Yeah.
Argument.
No, yeah,
Right.
that's correct.
Whereas
yeah.
this game, based on my understanding, doesn't really add anything.
We saw 15 seconds of gameplay.
But
Yeah.
based on anything, they haven't said anything else about it.
They just announced it.
Gotcha.
The only thing that we could infer is that it's gonna, because it's Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. If you played the Sun and Moon, like Ultra Space, Ultra Beast, those were like a big plot point. So like this is probably gonna expand on that. We saw what looked like one of the. I don't even know if he's an Ultra Beast. I don't think he is. I think
The
he's just a
lion-looking
regular Pokemon.
one?
No, Necrozma. He's like this black prism type Pokemon.
Okay.
He might be an Ultra Beast. I don't know, but it looks like Lunala and Solgaleo are wearing him like armor. So there's going to be something there. That's all we really know that's new. That's like the new form change. They like to do that with the third
Combinations.
version, right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you there's going to be new things. It is the third version. There's going to be new stuff.
But they're releasing 2 SKUs. That's like
Yeah.
asking for money.
But yeah, it's Pokemon's always done that though.
But see, but that's why I'm
Bugs me.
disappointed. Like, I want just the third combination one. So it's like, it combines everything from the 2 games, puts it into one game, so you get the best of both worlds, kind of. Like, all the Pokemon, instead of getting
See,
the specific
that would
ones.
bother me if, like, but now the GTS is a thing. You could do trading. It's not a problem.
Right. But still, it's like, I like to just have that one thing. Because I have
They're
like,
changing the
lovely
ways.
memories of Emerald playing that, like, where
But
everything
it's
is
not
together.
like this is a new thing. This has been, like, the set established order.
Black and White 2 is still different enough. And then what's it called came right after it.
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't.
Bro?
It's not like I don't agree. It's just
No,
like
XY.
we've
Oh,
seen
right.
like 13 seconds of footage for this game. We literally know nothing yet.
I just want it to be on Switch. It bugs me.
We'll
So-
get there. We'll get there one
Maybe,
day.
maybe.
You're gonna get Pokemon games on the Switch.
I want a Coliseum.
They've already announced. Like they said on Twitter, like
I
the
don't-
Switch will have Pokemon games.
There will never be an MMO Pokemon game. I agree with you. You told me that before.
Yeah.
I agree with you. That won't happen. There's not enough in it. But I do think I would like a Pokemon game in full 3D. That's all I want.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be an MMO. It could be exactly Pokemon.
Yeah.
But just full 3D. That's all I want.
I think
But-
if. I mean,
Not like the isometric, just full 3D.
Full
the
3D, like
3DS,
Zelda, full
the
3D.
3DS
Exactly.
hardware is holding back.
Well, that's what I'm
Pokemon.
saying. Just switch. Just screw it. Like we don't need this.
On the
Like,
Switch, you can do whatever you want.
I know. I think
That's why.
And I
But-
think that's what people want. And like, you know, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, that's going to be like the 6th and 7th game that's running on the X and Y engine. Like,
Yeah, I guess.
it's
They gotta
time.
change it up.
Maybe they just want. Maybe they're not done with the new engine, and that's what they're.
No, they push this engine to the limit. They
No, no.
can't do anything.
No,
I
like
mean, the Switch engine.
3D doesn't work on this game anymore because it's so resource intensive.
But maybe they're not ready for the Switch engine to be released yet, and that's why they're doing.
Oh,
this
no.
with whole-
Yeah.
Look, like I said, it's not their job to sell the Switch. They
Yeah.
probably don't even have anything working on the Switch right now because why would they?
Well,
There's
they're
not
probably
enough market there. for
Nintendo
them.
could force their hand. Who else? to make
Nintendo's
games
only
for?
Nintendo
But
the third owner.
let's be
Who else
honest,
to make games for?
the
Nobody,
Pokemon
so.
company's gonna see.
No, you're talking Game Freak. Game Freak makes their own games too. No, nothing has. Obviously, nothing competes with Pokemon, but like they do their own things too.
No, I'm saying like they're not gonna be able to release Pokemon. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like it's just not. Pokemon companies like.
Oh, I guarantee you that somebody at Nintendo went up to Game Freak and be like, "Hey, Switch, let's go." That's
Pokemon-
why we're getting Pokken.
Pokemon companies has to see great potential in the Switch, so they're gonna be like, we need to make something for this. There's gonna be a lot of market for it, so we need to put something out.
I think everybody sees potential in Switch. The
Yeah.
problem is,
Even PlayStation.
and oh yeah, no, I mean,
What's his name even said it?
it's a great concept. Like it,
Oh, I can't escape
I
it.
have one. I'm over my honeymoon phase, and I still love it. I
Yeah.
mean, the fact that I could, let's go.
I
The
want
problem
one.
is there's not enough of them out there
And
yet.
I'm the biggest Nintendo hater.
Anti-Nintendo.
There's just
I
not
will
enough of
question
them out there
everything
yet.
they do, and I still want to switch.
Yeah,
We won't see a Pokemon game, a mainline
So-
Pokemon game until like
at least another year or two.
I
second
might,
or third year.
I might be disappointed. That being said, like our previous topic, take your time, make a game amazing, and I'll be happy.
Maybe they're doing the thing like maybe they're just not saying anything. They're working on it, and then like
I'm okay with
within
that.
the last 6 months, they'll be like, oh, by the way, here's.
You
a
need to also
Pokemon.
understand, Switch stock is still relatively low. In Japan alone, now that Monster Hunter is a thing, it's going non-extinct. Can you imagine if they threw Pokemon on top of it?
Exactly.
They can't make them.
You will not be able to find a Switch in Japan for at least a year.
Anywhere, not just Japan.
They need to make them first before they start doing
Yeah,
stuff.
So
Like
Stockpile.
that could be a reason. They're like, let's get some out there so that way the people have the console to play it on, and then we'll be like, okay, here's
Or
the game.
let's make a Pokemon Switch.
Just no, that's what they'll do.
God.
Those are Joy-Cons. Those are Joy-Cons.
Thell
Just like they
release
did
it.
with
No, they might
Just
release it as a
two
whole.
Joy-Cons. Dude.
They'll release it as a whole like combination,
On the
like
Pro
Pokemon with the
controller. It looks so
system,
good.
and they'll be like, here you go.
Watermelon pink or whatever.
yeah, watermelon pink and like neon green.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they look so good.
I like that pink and I want the blue.
Yeah.
I want that pink and blue. That's sick. Yeah, I think like.
Yo, I don't think Pokemon. I guess it could be a pack-in game.
Yeah, like I can see them doing that because that'll be like.
Oh, it is
here's
a system
Pokemon, here's
seller,
this-
absolutely.
Here's the system. It's like, take it and go.
But if it is a system seller, then like why would they want to pack it in?
True.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Get them
People-
maximized profits, yeah.
I guess, but
They might just make a special version.
they could, or they might be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it'll be like a skin Switch or something like.
They'll definitely make.
Nintendo.
I guarantee you, if this is like E3 prediction.
I mean, sorry, Pokemon.
I guarantee you, they're making Joy-Cons. They'd make Joy-Cons with special colors.
Oh, I think every
Yeah.
major Switch release
Well,
from
controller.
Nintendo will have a Joy-Con
or Pro
color. ARMS is getting one.
Yeah, every single.
Splatoon's getting one.
Guaranteed.
Pokken was just announced, so we'll see if we get one. Something
probably
from
get a
there.
Maybe they'll
Pokemon
announce
someday.
that. Maybe they'll announce one of those things at the E3 conference.
I just stay away from
Special
hardware at
colors for
E3.
hardware.
Oh yeah.
Just stay away from hardware. Just games, please.
They won't do that. Yeah, I think you know what, like I came into this being a lot more disappointed in that conference, but after talking it out, like I feel less angry about it.
Do you think Pokemon's gonna push the sales for the Switch a little?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a Pokemon game.
It's-
It is a Pokemon game,
And it's actually kind of cool. I
and
think
it
that's,
did
like,
sell well on the Wii U.
Plus, it has that.
What?
It has the.
Well, for a
it-
Wii U game, it sold well.
It's a party game, I would say, like where you're playing with other people.
Like
So it's
Smash
gonna
Bros.
be good. Like you go to
This-
somebody's house with, if you both have a Switch, you just connect and you're playing right there together.
Pokken is like it's a Tekken game.
It's
Exactly. So it's like
It's a straight up fighting game.
this
yeah.
is gonna be your holdover until Smash Bros is ready for Switch.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like, hey, like we got a fighting game.
This
that's
is
similar.
this is them being like, this is them building up their library so that you're okay with spending money on their online service. That's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have
I-
ARMS coming out, then Splatoon, and now Pokken. I think month after month you're getting that. There might be, I think, no, Pokken's coming out in September, I think. So August we don't have anything yet.
They changed their plans also for their online services.
And that's
Their
fine,
games
yeah.
are considered.
They're giving
That's
us
kinda
more
cool.
time.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm into that.
And plus, online service, $20 for a year. I mean, like, who
That's
cares?
nothing.
I'm just gonna do it anyway.
$4 a month, right? And then
That's
like
nothing compared to like 60 for
you do
Xbox,
get less.
PlayStation. So
You get less.
yeah, okay.
You have
but
to use your
still.
iPhone to talk to people. It's a whole thing.
That's yeah.
Well,
That still burns.
hopefully they do an update. Hopefully it'll change.
That's never gonna
We'll
change.
see.
I guarantee it.
No, that's a hardware limitation. That's not a software thing.
Yeah, but we'll see. I don't know.
It's built. Yeah, it's just whatever.
Okay.
Uh,
Well,
Anyway, Pokemon.
Anyway,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm excited. I want to switch, but I just can't justify the purchase.
Oh yeah, Pokemon's hype, and now we get to look forward to like the slow leak of data, saying what's new in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, or as I like to call it, Usum
Awesome.
Usum Pokemon game.
Pokemon.
Unbelievable. I hate ourselves.
I don't.
Good. Someone else will like it.
I hate you.
That's
I
fine.
hate me.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
But we all agree.
So I'm glad we can agree on that. That's pretty good.
Usum.
That was very Usum.
Stop.
Thanks, man.